In this video, we delve into a critical topic: the potential fallout if the United States were to lose its superpower status. The significance of the US as a superpower cannot be overstated. It plays a pivotal role in maintaining global stability, influencing international relations, and shaping economic policies worldwide. As the world's leading military force, the US has historically acted as a deterrent against conflicts, promoting peace and security across various regions. Economically, the US dollar serves as the dominant currency for global trade, and American markets significantly impact economies around the globe. Culturally, American values and innovations have permeated societies, fostering a shared sense of identity and collaboration among nations. In this discussion, we will explore several key themes that highlight the multifaceted implications of a potential decline in U.S. superpower status. We will examine the military ramifications, considering how a shift in power dynamics could embolden adversaries and destabilize regions previously under U.S. influence. Economically, we will analyze the potential repercussions on global markets and trade relationships, as well as the rise of alternative powers that could challenge U.S. economic dominance. Culturally, we will reflect on how the erosion of American influence might alter global perspectives and values, leading to a more fragmented world. Engaging with this topic is urgent and relevant, especially in today's rapidly changing geopolitical landscape, where emerging powers are asserting themselves and the balance of power is in flux. As we navigate through these themes, we invite you to consider the profound implications of a world where the U.S. is no longer the preeminent superpower. Join us as we unpack these critical issues and explore what the future might hold for global stability and international relations. To understand what constitutes a superpower, it's essential to clarify the term and address common misconceptions. A superpower is typically defined as a nation with the ability to exert influence on a global scale, possessing significant military, economic, and cultural capabilities. While the United States, Russia, and China are often discussed in this context, their superpower statuses differ markedly. The U.S. has maintained its position as the dominant superpower since the end of the Cold War, characterized by its unparalleled military strength, a robust economy, and a cultural influence that permeates many aspects of global life. In contrast, Russia, while possessing substantial military capabilities and nuclear arsenals, has struggled economically and lacks the same level of global influence, often being viewed as a regional power rather than a true superpower. China, on the other hand, has rapidly ascended in recent decades, showcasing significant economic growth and expanding its military reach. However, it still faces challenges in terms of soft power and global cultural influence compared to the U.S. Historically, the U.S. emerged as a superpower after World War II, solidifying its dominance during the Cold War through military alliances, economic aid programs, and cultural exports. This period saw the establishment of institutions like the United Nations and NATO, which further entrenched U.S. influence in global affairs. The unique characteristics that define the U.S. as a superpower include its advanced technological capabilities, a diverse and resilient economy, and a commitment to democratic values that resonate worldwide. Additionally, the U.S. dollar's status as the world's primary reserve currency underscores its economic clout. Understanding these distinctions is crucial, as misconceptions often arise from oversimplifying the complexities of global power dynamics. By examining these factors, we can better appreciate the nuances of superpower status and the implications for international relations today. The military capabilities of the United States play a crucial role in maintaining global peace and stability. The U.S. military boasts a significant global presence, with bases and personnel stationed in various regions, including Europe, Asia, the Middle East. This extensive network allows for rapid deployment capabilities, enabling the U.S. to respond swiftly to emerging threats or humanitarian crises. The ability to project power across the globe not only serves as a deterrent against potential aggressors, but also reassures allies and partners of U.S. commitment to their security. Military strength is a vital factor in deterring conflicts, as it creates a balance of power that discourages adversaries from engaging in aggressive actions. When nations perceive a formidable military presence, they are less likely to initiate hostilities, fostering an environment conducive to economic growth and international cooperation. The U.S. military's role extends beyond mere deterrence. It also contributes to stability in regions where economic development is essential for peace. By ensuring security, the U.S. enables nations to focus on building their economies, thus promoting global prosperity. When contrasting the military capabilities of the U.S. with those of Russia and China, several key differences emerge. The U.S. maintains a technological edge with advanced weaponry, sophisticated intelligence systems, and a highly trained force, while Russia possesses a formidable military, particularly in terms of nuclear capabilities and regional influence. Its economic constraints limit its ability to project power globally. China, meanwhile, has made significant strides in modernizing its military and expanding its naval capabilities, yet it still faces challenges in terms of logistics and global reach compared to the U.S. In summary, the U.S. military's global presence and rapid deployment capabilities are essential for maintaining peace and stability. By deterring conflicts and fostering economic growth, the U.S. plays a pivotal role in shaping the international landscape, contrasting sharply with the military capabilities of Russia and China. The financial aspects of being a superpower are critical to understanding the implications of U.S. economic policies on the global stage. At the heart of this discussion is the significance of the U.S. dollar, which serves as the world's primary reserve currency. This status facilitates international trade and finance, allowing countries to conduct transactions in dollars, thereby enhancing the U.S. economy's stability and influence. The dollar's dominance means that U.S. monetary policy can have far-reaching effects, impacting global markets and economies. When the Federal Reserve adjusts interest rates or implements quantitative easing, these actions ripple through the international financial system, affecting everything from investment flows to currency valuations. U.S. economic policies also extend to the use of sanctions, which have become a powerful tool for influencing global behavior. By imposing sanctions on nations that violate international norms or threaten U.S. interests, the U.S. can leverage its economic might to isolate adversaries and rally its network of global allies. This network, built on decades of diplomatic relationships and economic partnerships, amplifies the effectiveness of U.S. sanctions, as allied nations often align their policies with U.S. directives, further isolating targeted countries. However, the rise of China as an economic powerhouse presents both challenges and limitations for the U.S. While China has experienced rapid economic growth and is increasingly asserting its influence in global trade, it faces significant hurdles. The Chinese yuan, despite efforts to internationalize it, has not yet achieved the same status as the dollar, limiting its use in global transactions. Additionally, China's economic model, characterized by state control and a lack of transparency, raises concerns among potential trading partners, hindering its ability to establish the same level of trust and cooperation that the U.S. enjoys. In conclusion, the financial aspects of being a superpower are intricately linked to the U.S. dollar's dominance, the strategic use of sanctions, and the evolving landscape of global economic influence, particularly with China's rise. Understanding these dynamics is essential for grasping the implications of U.S. economic policies on the world, since the cultural influence of the United States is a significant factor in shaping global perceptions and attitudes toward American values and ideals. One of the most notable aspects of this influence is the global reach of American entertainment and cultural products. Hollywood films, television shows, music, and fashion have permeated societies around the world, creating a shared cultural language that transcends borders. This widespread consumption of American media not only entertains but also promotes American lifestyles, values, and ideologies, fostering a sense of connection and familiarity with the U.S. among diverse populations. Cultural influence serves as a powerful tool for soft power, which refers to the ability to attract and co-opt rather than coerce. The U.S. has effectively utilized its cultural exports to enhance its global standing and influence. By promoting ideals such as democracy, freedom, and individualism through its cultural narratives, the U.S. has been able to shape perceptions and inspire movements for change in various countries. This soft power is particularly effective in regions where traditional diplomatic efforts may fall short, as cultural engagement can foster goodwill and mutual understanding. In contrast, while China has made significant strides in expanding its cultural influence, it faces challenges that limit its impact. Compared to the U.S., the Chinese government has invested heavily in promoting its culture through initiatives like the Confucius Institutes and state-sponsored media. However, the perception of Chinese culture is often intertwined with concerns about censorship, human rights issues, and authoritarian governance. As a result, while Chinese cultural products are gaining visibility, they do not yet resonate with the same level of global appeal as American entertainment. In summary, the cultural influence of the U.S. plays a crucial role in shaping global perceptions, leveraging soft power to promote American values and ideals. The contrast with China's cultural impact highlights the complexities of global influence as the U.S. continues to dominate the cultural landscape, fostering connections that transcend political boundaries and resonate with audiences worldwide. Several factors could contribute to the decline of the United States as a superpower, each interlinked and significant in its own right. One of the most pressing challenges is the economic landscape, particularly the rising national debt, which has reached alarming levels. This debt, coupled with potential conflicts, both domestic and international, could strain the U.S. economy, limiting its ability to invest in critical areas such as infrastructure, education, and defense. Economic instability can weaken the U.S.'s global standing, making it more vulnerable to external pressures and diminishing its influence on the world stage. Another critical factor is the potential loss of technological leadership, particularly in fields like artificial intelligence, AI, and advanced manufacturing. The U.S. has long been at the forefront of technological innovation, driving advancements that shape global industries. However, as countries like China invest heavily in research and development, there is a growing risk that the U.S. could fall behind. Losing this technological edge not only impacts economic competitiveness, but also affects national security, as technological superiority is often linked to military capabilities. If the U.S. fails to maintain its leadership in these crucial areas, it could undermine its position as a superpower. Additionally, immigration policies play a significant role in shaping the U.S. talent pool. Historically, the U.S. has attracted some of the brightest minds from around the world, contributing to its innovation and economic growth. However, increasingly restrictive immigration policies could deter skilled workers and entrepreneurs from coming to the U.S., leading to a brain drain that hampers creativity and technological advancement. A diminished talent pool can stifle innovation and reduce the U.S.'s ability to compete globally. In conclusion, the decline of the U.S. as a superpower could stem from a combination of economic challenges, the loss of technological leadership, and restrictive immigration policies. Addressing these issues is crucial for maintaining the U.S.'s influence and ensuring its continued role as a global leader in the years to come. The potential global ramifications of the United States losing its superpower status would be profound and far-reaching, affecting various aspects of international relations and economic stability. One of the most immediate consequences would be the economic chaos that could ensue if the U.S. dollar were to lose its status as the world's primary reserve currency. The dollar's dominance facilitates global trade and finance, providing stability and confidence in international transactions. If countries began to shift away from the dollar, it could lead to significant fluctuations in currency values, increased inflation, and a loss of investor confidence. This shift could destabilize global markets, leading to economic turmoil not only in the U.S., but also in countries that rely heavily on the dollar for trade and investment. Geopolitical instability would likely follow, particularly in Europe and other regions. The U.S. has historically played a crucial role in maintaining security and stability, through NATO and various alliances. A decline in U.S. influence could embolden adversarial nations, leading to power vacuums and increased tensions. European nations, already grappling with challenges such as Brexit and rising populism, might struggle to navigate a new geopolitical landscape without U.S. leadership. This could result in fragmented alliances and a lack of coordinated responses to crises, further exacerbating instability. Moreover, the return of regional conflicts could become a pressing concern. As the U.S. steps back from its role as a global peacekeeper, countries may resort to military solutions to resolve disputes, leading to a resurgence of conflicts in areas like the Middle East, Asia, and Eastern Europe. The breakdown of the international order, characterized by established norms and agreements, could result in a more chaotic world where might makes right, undermining decades of diplomatic progress. In summary, the loss of U.S. superpower status could trigger economic chaos, geopolitical instability, and a resurgence of regional conflicts, fundamentally altering the global landscape and challenging the principles of international cooperation that have defined the post-World War II era. The importance of the U.S. military in maintaining global security and trade cannot be overstated, particularly through the role of the U.S. Navy in safeguarding vital shipping routes. The Navy's presence in key maritime regions, such as the Strait of Hormuz and the South China Sea, ensures the protection of international shipping lanes that are crucial for global trade. Approximately 90% of the world's trade is conducted via sea, making the security of these routes essential for economic stability. The U.S. Navy conducts regular patrols and exercises to deter piracy, protect against potential threats, and ensure freedom of navigation, thereby fostering a secure environment for commerce to thrive. Recent military engagements further illustrate the implications of U.S. military presence on global security. For instance, the U.S. response to the Iranian seizure of oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz highlighted the Navy's role in protecting maritime interests and maintaining the flow of oil, critical resource for the global economy. Additionally, U.S. military involvement in joint exercises with allies in the Indo-Pacific region serves to reinforce partnerships and deter aggressive actions from nations like China. These engagements not only demonstrate U.S. commitment to its allies, but also underscore the interconnectedness of military strength and economic security. However, the challenges faced by other nations in maintaining security without U.S. support are significant. Many countries rely on the U.S. military for deterrence against regional threats, and without this backing, they may struggle to defend their interests effectively. Nations in Europe, for example, have expressed concerns about their security in light of a potential U.S. withdrawal from NATO commitments. Similarly, countries in Asia may find it difficult to counterbalance China's growing military assertiveness without U.S. support. In conclusion, the U.S. military, particularly the Navy, plays a crucial role in maintaining global security and facilitating trade. Its presence not only protects vital shipping routes, but also provides a stabilizing force in international relations, highlighting the challenges that other nations would face in a world without U.S. military leadership. In summary, we have explored the critical role that the United States plays as a superpower in maintaining global stability. The U.S. military's presence, particularly through the Navy, is essential for protecting vital shipping routes and ensuring the smooth flow of international trade. We also examined the economic implications of U.S. policies, the cultural influence that shapes global perceptions, and the potential ramifications if the U.S. were to lose its superpower status. Each of these elements underscores the interconnectedness of military strength, economic stability, and cultural engagement in fostering a secure and prosperous world. As we reflect on the potential consequences of a decline in U.S. influence, it becomes clear that the implications could be far-reaching. Economic chaos, geopolitical instability, and the resurgence of regional conflicts are just a few of the challenges that could arise. It is crucial for us to consider how a shift in power dynamics might affect not only the U.S., but also countries around the globe. The future of international relations hinges on our collective understanding of these issues and the actions we take moving forward. We encourage you, our viewers, to engage with this important topic. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you perceive the role of the US as a superpower? And what do you think the world would look like if that status were to change? Your insights are valuable and contribute to a broader discussion about our global future. If you found this video informative, please consider subscribing to our channel for more content on related topics. Don't forget to like and share this video with friends and family who might also be interested in these discussions. Together, we can foster a deeper understanding of the complexities of global power dynamics and their implications for all of us. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts.